play towards A. They're not slowing down at all, KRIMZ. They're going for a hard rush.
It's going to be a fast push with Alex able to shut down Kristou to get things up. He'll double up as well before he eventually falls. And now it's a 4-on-3. Here comes that assault towards the site. smooya jumping up, looking for a head. birdfromsky, the man he's going to hunt. But raalz comes up out on top, straight down into a 3v3, thrusting Movistar Riders into a retake. And for mopoz, with only a flash, still with a kit, as two players without armor, where these Glocks are going to reign supreme. Still, he has his head down. He's hunkered down, waiting for his teammates to come and assist. And look how aggressive Lyngby Vikings are being. Still good for another. Trade there by raalz as he tries to double up onto mopoz. His teammate falls all on raalz. 1 versus 2. He'll be on for a 4K if he wins this round. Spots out Steel. Can't find the kill. Still with a 2K and a defuse provides Movistar Riders with their first.
Well, Lyngby definitely didn't get off to the start they would have wanted in that first round. Going for that A rush, taking Movistar Riders, fantastic retake to get that one over the top. Put their first round on the board and going into this second. Oh, it's relentless aggression on their part, but shokz, whilst he does a lot of damage, won't find the kill.
Utility that's ready to be expended by Lyngby Vikings, and that'll kind of cement to him his earlier suspicions of it being a force fight. Here comes that attack. Steel, he's caught out by birdfromsky, down to a 5-on-3, and Movistar Riders in a really tough spot with FASHR trading off to smooya. Alex, sure, he gets the next say in the matter, but to what avail? It's mopoz to double up, though, puts it down to a 2-on-3 before he too falls to Kristou, leaving Alex.
You can have a better buy than your CT counterpart. Movistar Riders, they're going to be pretty disappointed that they lost out on that second. And Lyngby Vikings, I'm not sure how they lead, as they come into this with plenty of cash and plenty of firepower behind them. It's going to be FASHR to take the first engagement, but a beautiful pop flash from smooya. The support, the coordination there from Movistar Riders is unmatched, and they find that first man.
They're going to be really happy with that. There's a trade from shokz as well. Good for 1 before rilax once again is able to come out on top. However, there's still a man down. birdfromsky, he's going to aggress on ramp, slowly ebbing his way forward. And he is now going to be that catalyst to either make or break this round. And with smooya coming out on top, all the pressure's on rilax to catch out these members.
If they're only able to do damage and not win the round, it'll be more impactful than the rifles that they'll carry across into the next. Nice kill found there from rilax, but he's taken tons of damage from the engagement. So as they bombard the utility, this is going to be suicide crossing to the site. Somehow there's potential for this C4 to go down and for them to get a little bit of extra cash. But as rilax drops, raalz, desperate to just tap in these digits, actually instead fakes the bomb, pokes his head up, finds a headshot, does it again. mopoz walks right into him, but he finds the kill. That came incredibly close. And Lyngby Vikings, to see the perfect pop flashes to accompany those peaks towards ramp and the B stairs, gave them an early 2-man advantage. And with it, what do you do if you're Lyngby Vikings?
Way forward, and as he tries to catch out the odd member, he hasn't quite been able to do so as he awaits to see this attack. There's good for 1, and Kristou instantly there to trade his second of the round. Don't clear sandbags. Alex, this is going to be either horrifically good or horrifically bad. He doubles up. Kristou's able to catch out Steel before he fades.
This is where it gets scary. Mollied out, jumps up, raalz can take him down, picks up that AWP, and now they can fall back into these post-plant positions where shokz has to get this retake done. He's got a kit, but no util to accompany him.
He's going to have to try and worm his way towards side and just take these angels as they come. But with the AWP scoped in on him, raalz comes out on top. And for Lyngby Vikings, that'll be a 4-2 lead. They fall
punch. Alex nice and aggressive here towards ramp, but it's being checked. And well, there we go. birdfromsky finds the first, and he's going to fall right off of it. Untradeable.
That's a beautiful spat of aggression for him to get that initial player. And now smooya, he needs to be so careful towards scaffolding. Is he spotted out? Oh, he is. He's not killed, though. By some miracle, he survives the first shot, but Kristou will finish it off on the re-peak. Now, mopoz alone in a 1 versus what will be however many attack towards this ramp position. Eventually, Steel will come to help him, but the angle's still being held by Kristou. And as he backs away, birdfromsky definitely in a lot of trouble as he's killed, but his teammate still survives with FASHR moving his way up from side. Does the Riders expect him? And, well, they're good for 1, but it's traded. FASHR onto mopoz means that it's a mad advantage for Lyngby Vikings, maintained as they turn their attention towards B. shokz the man to hold, and he really is going to be that catalyst for the Riders' re-aggression and a chance to find a few equalizers. As there's the first kill, tries to double up, legged down for his woes, but in this 2-on-2, he can easily just dance around this pillar. Kristou needs to be so careful, and while the molly gets him out of position, it eventually finds the kill with the assistance of raalz. It goes down to a 2-on-1 with Steel. I think his position is known by raalz.
Yeah, right on the angle still. Oh, if he gets the timing right, it could work out for him. Actually, just goes for the wide swing, takes out raalz. Now it's all on Kristou. 9 points of health, but it's negated by the fact that he's got that AWP. Playing around the edges of the smoke, still rather wise to it. But as he swings, Kristou's going to hit that shot all day long, and it will be a 6th on the board for the Lyngby Vikings. A little bit close for comfort towards the end, but they were in control.
But they're both in one-and-done angles.
Well, as this B anchor, shokz has had a bit of a lack of opportunity. Now he's got the chance to spray away, and there we go. 1 each, and now a 2-man advantage. 35 seconds left on this clock means that the Lyngby Vikings have a decision to make. They've just about got enough time to backtrack to A, but only if raalz wins that duel on mid. And without it, it might just be save time. Relaxing Kristou, a 2 versus 5. And no real chance of getting into this B site. Watch that clock as it ticks down. They've got very, very little time to pull something off here. And as they push right in, they're not going to check the pillar. Still will swing out and punish. And Kristou, he knows he just needs to pull away and save. He's not going to be allowed to do so. Alex swings out and eliminates him. An opportunity to pick up a secondary snipe, but he thinks about it. The first time that both of the teams have been in a similar situation, similar money on both sides. Weapons, but oh my goodness, that's a beautiful headshot there from Relax. Nice pop flash to accompany the swing here from mopoz, and I think he'll go unspotted, so he can creep around the left side of this smoke, and he's in a brilliant position to do some damage as the T starts to creep up. There's no way Kristou checks this left angle. He'll be eliminated. Alex follows up the trade, spamming away through the scaffolding, but they just can't find it. FASHR doubles down, and now a man advantage here for Lyngby.
To patch it up, but at this point it might be too little too late. Relax is already there. The AWP falls, and smooya, as he's taken down, Steel's left alone in a 1 versus 3. He's taking pepper damage from either position. The mollies force him back further still, and while he can cling to his weapon, he can't cling to the round. The Lyngby Vikings with a victory in this first half. The next couple rounds will be playing the game off to what extent, as they now lead 8-3. It's a beautiful shot by Steel, but once again, it's all silver lining.
The HP, he knows that, well, those AKs, they are twice as deadly. Goes for the flick, misses the shot. No opportunity to save that sniper. And FASHR, you stop all this, they should actually be on to double digits. And that's quite a scary prospect here for the Spaniards.
Ooh. That it is. shokz with an early advantage, though, definitely gives them a bit of momentum. It gives them a silver line as they burst towards CT. Now raalz is going to try and catch out this first member. Does just that. Beautiful shot to Steal, but through the molly, mopoz tries to trade. Good for one before raalz gets the next the matter, putting it down to shokz. The only man left on B, the sole defender, the lone survivor, and with raalz falling, this might be a perfect opportunity for him to continue this momentum. Kristou onto Alex is going to go into an AWP duel with smooya towards mid. The flash goes down. This tries to buy a bit of space. Smooya does not shift. He comes out on top, leaving FASHR alone in a 1 versus 2. A beautiful early shot. shokz is taken down. He reaggresses. To watch, but he manages to fall away to the B stairs, and now he's got a huge advantage. smooya has to connect on the head, tapping that bomb and throwing the smoke. Confuses FASHR, but he's ready for the swing on the left-hand side. Again, the Lyngby Vikings brace themselves to hit double digits in just 13 rounds.
A nice swing from Steel there, but birdfromsky wins the duel, and it's Kristou creeping up with that. Oh, that's so quick. The fact that you can walk around a corner scoped in like that and win a job of it, and Lyngby Vikings, they should be able to put themselves onto 10 here, and that is just such an incredible half.
smooya is able to pick up that AK, so it means he might be able to give Movistar Riders a fighting chance as he's flashed his way forward. He's actually able to catch out the bomb planter, going closer still. Relax knows where he is. mopoz hits his shot, and now Kristou. How does he trade? Spots out smooya in the smoke, dances around it, and while he is playing with fire, he's able to double up. FASHR's there to assist him.
See what they can do with them.
It's going to be an early play, though. Kristou good for 1, doubled up by FASHR. FASHR hits 2 of his own, and while the double AWP was great in...
This is 11-3 right now. And Movistar Riders, unless they save these 2 weapons, which is becoming increasingly unlikely, especially with still missing that flick, they're not going to have too much money to work with going into the next. They're going to have the max loss bonus, but it's only going to be $3,400. It's not going to be enough for these riflemen. The series, definitely not, but it's very, very clear that they've maybe just woken up on the wrong side of the bed today. They're not really hitting their shots. They're losing a lot of their duels. They're just being bullied right now. I mean, look at that. The call right there is, okay, let's get behind this smoke. Let's try and apply some pressure here towards ramp. And they're just spammed right through it. They literally have 0 impact whatsoever. Lyngby Vikings cut them like a hot knife through butter. It's ridiculous.
A great round of Riders. Relax hasn't shifted yet, and he doesn't look like he will anytime soon. With a minute left, Mopoz, he's caught out by raalz. This should bait shokz into going forward, but as raalz is spotted out, there's the kill. And now Lyngby Vikings know full well they've got no choice but to push their way forward.
If there was less time on the clock, there'd be a lot of pressure applied here for the Lyngby Vikings because they know that they're kind of trapped in. There's a man watching their flank, there's a man in front of them, and they're being pincered right now. But with 40 seconds still on the clock, they have got time to isolate one of these members, and it's going to be smooya, the target right here. 13 points of health, and he's being charged down. He can fall right back to the site. He wins the duel onto Kristou. Now it leaves rilax in a 2-on-1. Somehow Movistar Riders have recovered this one, and with smooya with his favorite sniper, even while fully blinded, to us that he doesn't even need to see to win the duel. It's 11-4. Movistar Riders, they recover the final round of the half. But is it too little too late? Movistar Riders are a very, very formidable opponent. And yeah, you can't just kind of... You can't go into it too naive. Beautiful triple kill there from shokz, negating that aggression. He's looking to find himself more right now as well as he swaps out to the USP. A little bit messy on the fourth man, but I think this is Movistar Riders' round for the taking regardless. And that's a very, very nice bounce back. Honestly, after having a really rough half, to come into the pistol.
For the onslaught, here come the players, here comes the attack. He swings wide, he's spotted out by mopoz, and as he's finished off, the Riders, they're going to slam in those numbers. They're going to put that bomb down.
Staying alive, they should be able to quite comfortably drop at least one. With smooya on the hunt, very nearly walks into that crossfire, but instead opts against it. Knows that he really...
Lyngby Vikings are going to try and stop it with a confidence play of their own. They're going to shift forward on ramp, they're going to go for the contact. smooya spotted out, there's the first kill. Is it traded? Yes, it is. Steal comes out on top, and now as mopoz shifts forward on B, him spotting out rilax, that kill would have been incredible for them, but with no kill, it's Alex to double up, and where one man falls for Movistar, it's with the rest of Movistar Riders getting ready for this attack towards this A site. Alex, he's toying with fire as he tags down Kristou. He's unable to get the kill, he's unable to be traded, but here comes the execution. Lyngby Vikings in a 2-on-2 get ready to hold of this attack.
Given the rocky start that they had, the fact they've been able to bring it into a 2-on-2 is fantastic. And with that smoke eliminating Kristou's angle, the molly doing even more bits, forces him right away, doesn't have damage, and puts him into a position where he's just not really able to fox. He'll swing into this. In fact, he won't. They're still just waiting. They still don't think he's going to actually hold this defuse. Finally, they swing as the bomb's ticking away incredibly fast. And rilax, this time he'll hold it, and still he's going to predict it. Swings right into it, takes the 9th here for the Riders, and that is played to a masterful degree. The knowledge there on those attackers is just subpar. It's just incredible. It's unmatched.
You're absolutely right. It's a great round by the Movistar Riders, and their response, their ability to just react on the fly and pull themselves ahead is just worked incredibly for them. Lyngby Vikings, as they go down to what will be pistols once again.
This round is going to be a huge one. If the Movistar Riders can actually win this one, Lyngby will have no money in the next, and we should see the scoreline tie up. And I think if Movistar Riders can win this next round, I think they've got a good chance of actually taking the game with it. Beautiful aggression there towards ramp actually pays off admirably, and we quite quickly find ourselves in a 4-on-2.
There's a 3-piece with rilax shutting down. It's actually Kristou to shut down mopoz, leaving Alex alone in a 1 versus 5. It's a nice kill onto rilax, a little bit
investment. If Alex can get 1 more kill, that's a player next round without a gun. If Alex can get 2 more kills, then it's 2 players without weapons. But unfortunately, he can't do either. FASHR gets him as he peeks into...
Well, with a faster play up towards B. This time smooya leads to that charge. Rilax spots out the first member through the smoke. He doesn't quite double up, but he does enough damage to steal to really get his worth out of it before he falls. And as it goes down to this 4-on-4, mollies go down center site. shokz preventing a flank, forces the entirety of Lyngby Vikings to congregate together towards C.
Back the spams through the wall. Oh my goodness, FASHR. Yeah. Must have just got a little bit of a surprise there. I didn't even know that was a thing. That is crazy timing.
Straight round, sure they're able to buy here. They've got no money in the bank. If the Riders win this, it's almost over. Birds from Sky, that kill onto shokz though definitely gives them a glimmer of...
Whilst he's been doing well with the rifles recently, his role's kind of been taken away from him a little bit. When Natus was on this roster, he was picking up that primary sniper. Now Kristou's, and with a minute left on this clock, they can really play with it. smooya on the angle, will with the shot all day long, and there we go, man advantage. Huge opportunity to take this round.
smooya's going to be really happy. He hasn't been hitting flary shots. He's been holding angles at the right time. He's let his team maneuver around it, and he's been working with map control. It's a really disciplined style to play with. And once again, he's just holding it.
Looking at smooya's angle, and it merits them that 11th round. They go into round number 24. They are going to be against another bye here. Lyngby Vikings, given the fact that they've been losing.
As Relax, he deploys the odd bit of util. His peak's actually a bit more aggressive as he jumps up on this wood pallet. He's got mopoz to worry about for good reason. Mopoz, he has that nasty tendency, Josh, to click on heads, and, well, it's nasty for us. What good will it do as smooya? He's going to be the man to worry about. Here goes the volleys. Here's smooya on the angle. FASHR good for 1 before he 2-backs away. Down to a 4-on-4. Movistar Riders get ready for this attack, but is it an attack or is it a ruse? As we see early players pushing back down towards ramp as well. Mopoz onto birdfromsky. There's the first kill. Still now all the way onto this ace site, and if he's able to kill, raalz, that round's over. Raalz luckily comes out on top, which puts a very big amount of pressure over to FASHR. He's good for 1 before he too is at risk of being traded by Alex, but Alex misses his shots. Is the trade there? Yes, it is. Down to a 2-on-2. Low HP on both members. As down goes that smoke. Does it obscure his vision? No, it doesn't. So they're going to have to trade. And as they swing as 1, Kristou good for 1. The low HP player of shokz now has to make up for it. And he's got to try and get this plant as he does just that. They'll hear the odd bit of nade go through. There's the first kill to Kristou. I think he heard raalz as well. Now this is very winnable. And any second now we might hear this Movistar team speak erupt. raalz comes out on top. And with Lyngby Vikings, they make it 13 with the 2 saved weapons. Josh, it's an absolute bloodbath. But nonetheless, the Danes, they scrape through 13-11. This game is getting closer and closer.
It's absent.
They don't have money. And as we wait to see where this attack comes from, it looks like it will be a 3-man congregation towards ramp. So yeah, he's caught out by birdfromsky. Trades there by Steel, but Alex doubles up with Kristou finishing him off. Straight down to a 2-on-2. Similar to how we saw the last round play out. However, this time, Movistar Riders have a bit more HP to play with. Apart from shokz, who's now straight down to 0. It's mopoz alone in a 1 versus 2. He's got to swing into an AWP, and we know how difficult that is. Kristou comes out on top. Lyngby Vikings with a 14th, now lead 14-11, and they may have found their rhythm. Just tick them over to win the game. Now, instantly, and as raalz cowers on this headshot angle, Steel comes out on top, and it seems that this change of pace and this change of tempo has shown that
because Lyngby aren't necessarily expecting it. I think Movistar Riders were fairly lucky in this instance that Lyngby didn't actually contest ramp control at all in this round. They played more of a passive setup and continue this string of rounds. And smooya finally upgrades into an AK. Still beautiful opening shot, but FASHR can trade.
Goes straight down to a 4-on-4, and as his heels go forward, FASHR caught out by smooya. Means that Kristou has had success in this angle before. Can he do it again now? Yes, he can. Fully blinded, mopoz is there to be shut down, and with the bomb in no man's land, Lyngby Vikings find themselves with that glimmer of hope. The nade onto Alex, it's good, but it's not perfect. smooya picks up that nade, dives through it. The bomb is retrieved, but the nade onto Alex finishes the job. Worry about, there's a few shots ring out. Can he be traded? No, he can't. smooya falls down to a 1v3 for shokz, and it feels like silver linings, and well, with that first kill, it's very doable, but I think he's going to see a swing together from these remaining members of Lyngby Vikings, who are going to be more than happy to just duel shokz all at once. He'll shift his way forward. If he wins this will be incredible. But birdfromsky, he falls now. It's very winnable with raalz the last man left standing in a 1 versus 1. He comes out on top. Lyngby Vikings with the match points as they force Movistar Riders straight out to a reinvestment.
Such a great lead in the first, taking the 11-4 victory. They left Movistar Riders with just not enough to play with, not enough margin for error. And they might just be able to tip this
spot. He's able to back away in time, and he gets away with his life, but the main area to worry about now will be mid. With Steel, he's going to have to swing straight into an AWP, but he's going to be besieged with Relax, making a bit of noise, showing a bit of presence. Is he traded out? birdfromsky, he is. And now, as we see smooya deploy that smoke, the B site is suddenly in a lot of trouble. While there are players heading through pit, there are players in deep CT, and actually the wrap towards A becomes a very real possibility with smooya at the helm, and with that shokz kill onto raalz. While it is traded, Movistar Riders still come out on top. smooya swings straight into Relax, the deagle rings true, and with Kristou left alone, the bomb that finds its final resting point on B. And in a 1 versus 3, Kristou is winnable, and with that first kill, he might look to capitalize. smooya, he's got to swing into him. smooya comes out on top, and it 15 to 13. Josh, Jassio's going to OT. Lyngby Vikings as they barrel their way forward. smooya ready for his first kill, fully blinded, caught out by FASHR. A bit of damage done to him though, but FASHR doubles up as he continues aggression towards Steel. And now Alex left alone. That smoke goes down, he drops that bomb, but he stays on the other side of the smoke, knowing full well they're about to push into him. And as FASHR does just that, he doesn't commit to this presence. Instead, Movistar Riders 2 men down, have to make up for it. And I think FASHR will be the first to fall. It's so messy though, and FASHR, he's able to come out on top. Can't double up there as mopoz finishes the job. As he goes down to a 4-on-2, they continue to make their way forward with shokz and mopoz.
Onto mopoz here, a 1 versus 4, and raalz gets the timing, pincers him from behind, and it's going to be 16 to 14 to conclude this first map of this very, very exciting series so far. I honestly was not expecting that to go Lyngby Vikings' way. I predicted a close map. I didn't predict it to go their favor, and with it, I think that we're probably going the distance here in this best of 3. Both teams showed a hell of a lot of promise, but Lyngby Vikings were just the better side.
If that was a way to set the tone for the rest of Funspark, I think we're due some very exciting series, Josh. We're going to go to a quick break. When we return, we're going to see if Movistar Riders can come back on their map picker train. Straight into this pistol round. Movistar Riders with two smokes, 3 flashes. Lyngby Vikings with just a hit and a smoke as they try to pull their way ahead. I'm going to look over towards this next side to see who comes out on top. Well, raalz, he definitely does. smooya falls, man advantage for Lyngby Vikings as Movistar Riders push their way towards B. Let's see who they can catch out. Of course, I'm Castle Kramer 3. I'm joined by the wonderful M&J.
Well, Kramer, last map was incredibly close, and given that it was Lyngby Vikings' pick, I fear for them a little bit here on track.
Well, with the smokes going down, here comes that attack. FASHR takes a bit of early damage, but with a man advantage, it's only 1 with shokz. He trades onto relax, with the player still on low HP, and mopoz is able to finish off FASHR as well. Into a 3-on-3, Kristou's the next man to ring true. Spotting out Steel close to this side, tries to ring out as best he can, with no kill either way, though Steel continues to show presence, but it's presence, and it's fleeting presence at that. He's only good for 1, being dinked down in the process. Low HP members on Movistar Riders, not that it matters. raalz onto and a victory from Lyngby Vikings.
Yeah, birdfromsky with that kit. It's going to take a very lucky shot to deny that defuse. My goodness, mopoz came incredibly close there. And a little bit of a default here, not committing to anything early. And look at that aggression from the MP9. Beautiful stuff.
Absolutely, that was a mid-air deletion onto shokz there, and while they trade evenly, Movistar Riders down to a 3-on-3. They've got smooya to aggress with just a deagle, and while these M4s, unfortunately, they reign supreme at these range games. Kristou, he's able to catch out Alex as well. It's a clean recovery from Lyngby Vikings as they now lead 2-0. And Josh, we've now started the thing with our shift forward. We might see a bit of a skirmish towards A main. birdfromsky, the first man to worry about, as he's caught out by smooya. That is an incredibly accurate shot. smooya can't quite double up as FASHR finishes the job, but he's actually FASHR there to double up. 1 HP left. He'll finish off Alex. And now with Popdo being smoked, Movistar Riders find themselves a man down and out of position.
Just shows how fast some of these players' reactions are. To see smooya get dinked before he hits the lightning fast shot. Nice kill there from rilax, but instantly traded as mopoz actually swings out and finds Kristou instead. rilax, though, still doing damage from the back lanes. Gets himself another 2-man advantage now for the Vikings. And FASHR, after his crazy play at the start, he's still on 1 point of health, and he's still alive, sitting in A main, causing that spanner in the pits. You don't have to worry about the extra cash for those incendiaries in your rifles, so you can invest a little bit better. But my goodness, smooya sent to an early grave, not the way that he wants to kick off his first round with that sniper.
Alex, he's finished off by the molly, though, so that's cements a man advantage for Lyngby Vikings. He's just going to expect and wait for this aggression towards back lines, which has come, but from Steel. Jumping up, spotted out, he's killed, and now it's a very tough spot for the Riders. In a 4-on-2, with no man watching the flank, we now see this full attack and this onslaught towards its main site. shokz, he's the make or break point for this round, and as everyone aggresses through oil, this puts them at an almost impossible position.
Luckily for the Riders, there is no one on the flank, but it means that there's 4 members all pressing in from the back of the site. No one anticipating shokz angle, but as he finds the first, his position now known, and raalz can swing and eliminate. Enough time on that bomb for the defuse to come through, and Lyngby Vikings, not only do they win the Riders buy-up, but they do so in quite a convincing fashion. They keep 3 members alive, they can carry across those 2 AWPs right now.
They absolutely are, and I just think we might see a 2-0 here, Josh. I'm starting to get onto this Lyngby Vikings bandwagon, but smooya getting that initial kill, he seems pretty happy with this, and, well, as they continue to push their way forward, here comes the execution towards B. And, well, just spotted out by raalz, but he too's killed. And with that, the Riders, they've dismantled Lyngby Vikings, putting it down to a 5 on now 1. And at that, rilax, I think he's got no choice but to keel over and die.
Well, that's a hell of a response, isn't it, for the Movistar Riders? This aggression here from Kristou, the angle, it's perfect, but the flash is even better.
With Kristou, he's good for 1 before he too is traded out, and so there's that silver lining. And with that, Lyngby Vikings, they just have a relax. Can he cancel out a player in fruition? No, he can't. mopoz, he cancels out a rotating player, and with that, he goes down to a 4-on-3 with smooya watching behind, and with his teammates aggressing towards, I believe that's relax. I think we are going to see a second for Movistar Riders.
This is a much better round from the Riders. Far more coordination here. You can see the role of the man towards the A site just to catch off the members in rotation. Absolutely perfect. And as the Riders find that opening pick towards the B site, they can quite comfortably go for an execution and know that even if they take a casualty or 2, they will still be able to cement that site, get that plant, and with the man finding the kills on something like an 8-7 or maybe even better, maybe even a 9-6 for the Riders, then it becomes complicated. 2 insane openers there from Steel. birdfromsky does manage to find 1 back. There's the second shot, and a 5-on-3 becomes a 3-on-3 just like that. Snap your fingers. And Lyngby Vikings are back in it as birdfromsky is doing all of the work.
He's found his rhythm and he's just pummeling it. He's going to swing into shokz now. He makes it 4 on for the ace. smooya, he's spotted up. Does he finish the job? I think he's going to try to. Misses the initial shot. smooya does this round. Kristou finishes the job. But the double AWP setup, it works wonders for Lyngby Vikings.
Step up there. That was kind of one of those moments where they took a couple of early casualties. Obviously, he's going to trade that one out. He has the angle for it. But then to triple up, to hit that shot onto the man climbing up the ladder is just incredible. Denying the plant on the site here from shokz. He does every single little piece of work there to get that one done. And with that, they put themselves onto 7. And if they can overcome this buy hit from the Riders, they might actually be able to push this one to 9.
Well, it's the first kill with FASHR shutting down Alex, and as the follow-up push comes towards this site, mopoz, he too will fall. smooya trades, Steel responds, and with Steel doubling up, it goes to a man advantage for Movistar Riders. But is this a man advantage with a silver lining, or is this Movistar Riders looking to actually make it 4? Either way.
Vikings were trading in their favor, but when it came later on, Movistar Riders just brought it back their way, and Still even catching out raalz, the final man looking to swing and do some final damage. Maybe he was actually looking to recover one of the AWPs there in Ivy. I think that might have been the game plan, but still fully aware of it, and really fantastic read from him. Lyngby Vikings, with the cash they've got behind them, you're right, it could actually be a full eco here.
It's really a almost heartbreaking round to see. Lyngby Vikings, they had the opening and it just spiraled out of their control. A beautiful recovery from the Riders. As he gets his way out towards Sandwich, Kristou needs to be very damn careful with when he launches that shot, but through the smoke he comes out on top. And with that, the Riders now have to rely on this drop towards Pop Dog. It's a missed shot by smooya. FASHR's there to punish, and FASHR, he goes a bit aggressive now with the first kill onto shokz.
Oh, the repeat from shokz there. It's understandable. They're a man down and they're desperate to take out FASHR, especially accompanied by that HG, but he just loses the duel. He's always at a disadvantage in that engagement. Nice nade from Still, though, to finish off FASHR as he falls away. He brings this.
He doesn't quite spot the cross on Sandwich, so this early progression from mopoz comes out on top. There's birdfromsky falling. Relax, the timing just curses him, but he still survives. And on top of center site, mopoz, he is dancing around this site, and the Vikings, they're having a serious problem trying to catch him out as raalz, he continues his aggression, shuts down the first member. He knows smooya's going to be there. Can he find the next member? smooya good for 1 into the 1 versus 1. AWP on AWP, Kristou, he's got to aggress at some point, and smooya, he's acutely aware of that. He's waiting for the crossover towards stop sign. Kristou, he's got no choice but to swing into it like a lamb to the slaughter. smooya comes out on top. And Movistar Riders, they now make it 6, snapping at the heels.
But that's to play for 8, and that's not a great half here on trade.
Well, with the swing going forward, mopoz good for 1 before Relax is there to trade him out. Relax looking to double up with that deagle. He's able to do so, not quite on the triple up, but still, he takes a bit of damage and he's given a bit of humble.
There's a bit of aggression here from raalz. I think he's hoping to catch a member off guard, but shokz. Oh no, the timing. He's back on the angle. Ooh, that's a little bit unfortunate. Is instantly traded though.
With that, it goes down to a 2-on-2 when FASHR, while he's trying to defend, and with FASHR being the lone man. There's 35 seconds left, so he does have the blessings of time, but blessings to what fortune? There's Alex to fall. Now it's very winnable. Still in a 1 versus 2. Shifts his way forward. He's got players on the flank to worry about. He's able to catch out FASHR before he falls, though. There's still slowly empties his way around the corner. Kristou comes out on top. And Lyngby Vikings at long last cement a victory in the first half. But as the damn
style you're playing, this kind of slower, holding your angles, sometimes he like wiggles his crosshair a little bit just to kind of stay focused and not just fall asleep on the angle kind of thing. And yeah, a map like Train sometimes.
How effective he was on Vertigo, he's probably really letting that get to him. And with raalz on the upper angle, he spots out mopoz, but that's a messy spray down. mopoz punishes in an admirable fashion. And now Kristou, he's acutely aware that backline's control is about to be established. He falls back for the time being, scopes in, trades onto mopoz, but in a 4-on-3, this backline control is something that really needs to be respected and feared. Kristou finished off by Alex, puts it down to a 3-on-3, and now the flank coming onto smooya is pivotal to the success of this round. birdfromsky kills him anyway, and now FASHR from the flank. Does he spot out the player on red? No, he doesn't. So spots out both members, finishes the job on 1, turns around, doubles up, and Lyngby Vikings, they're going to lead 9-6 at the end of the half on their CT side.
Flank from FASHR, and another member to note is birdfromsky with that AWP. He got himself another 2K that round, and whilst he's not got the numbers
and pressure down rilax, and as he does so, he looks to swarm the young Spaniard. He gets that kill. Kristou there to trade towards this position in Ivy, though. The smoke means that they're going to be able to barrel their way down towards B. Shokz onto raalz. I believe that was through the smoke, actually. In CT, mopoz spots out the early member. He's forced away down to a 2-on-4, and for Lyngby 2. mopoz shifting close to this smoke is going to walk straight to Kristou. Does he come out on top? Neither member spots one another, and as they shift past, mopoz comes out on top. birdfromsky left alone in a 1 versus 4. What good can he hope to do here, Josh? I think this should be a Movistar Riders pistol round.
That's a little bit awkward. Bit of a cinnamon swirl there from Lyngby Vikings, trying to wrap all the way through Ivy. Round for a buy in the next. Spots out the member, but desperate to just tap in the digits. Maybe not expecting them to push in. And oh, that came incredibly close. With smooya not able to connect on the head, there was about half a second there.
They forced them away, and the Movistar Riders come out on top.
MP9 holding towards the bottom of Pop Dog. It's Kristou, though, on the boost. That's fantastic. Finding that opening pick onto smooya, who's completely unsuspecting. He's not anticipating that peak whatsoever, and is still towards the bottom of this ladder. Oh, he just can't connect onto the head. The molly's going to go down. He'll smoke it off, but Kristou re-aggressing, anticipating the push from mopoz. That's going to open up the B site, and they surely know it. Instead, they don't have something. They'll be able to rebuy with that Kevlar and helmet still behind them. And yeah, we'll see another full investment going into the next. Certainly not a sniper, but was allowing Lyngby Vikings to draw closer and closer to that finish line. And Movistar Riders don't have a map to play with. They lost Vertigo. This is their own pick of
time being, with Ivy control being slowly worked by the Vikings, Alex is the man to try and hold. Does timing bless him or curse him? Well, it's good for one as he trades out rilax, but there's it before smooya himself falls. With the kills back and forth, raalz is able to help them double down. raalz will actually double up, providing Movistar Riders with an equalizer. And as Kristou picks up that bomb, little does he know that Steel's right on his flank, and the Steel swings wide. He's spotted out, sure, but he's not killed, and this really puts pressure onto mopoz, who's good for one. raalz to trade. raalz in a 1 versus 1, spots out Steel with such a low amount of HP. What can he hope to do? He'll look to tap in those numbers. Sure, he fakes it, but Steel, he goes aggressive. raalz comes out on top, and Josh, that is a clutch and a half. Lyngby Vikings
on their hands to try and pull this one right back, and all the damage being dealt, even the early kill coming through for raalz. This is looking really dire for the Spaniards.
And while it will come down to timing, as the execution goes down, the odd flashes follow suit. There's that push. raalz good for 1. Kristou to trade onto 1. Able to double up as well onto shokz. And as he scopes in, he knows full well that smooya might try his hand.
Just crushing. And as the second one comes through, they're forced out of position. Desperate to hold on to these two snipers. They know they won't be able to afford them in the next round. And FASHR, oh, he finds them both. The second headshot, it's unbelievable. And Lyngby, they're on the pistols and essentially roll over, allow Lyngby Vikings to take map point and series point, and the Movistar Riders will be looking for a 7-round in a row comeback to take it to OT. There's definitely potential for them to get this done with just pistols, but they don't need Natus Vincere to be a successful side. They are a very, very strong team, and look at that opening. birdfromsky, that's unreal.
That's the first kill with Steel falling. Trade onto Alex, and as he goes 5 on 3, it looks like we might see a dispatchment. shokz, he still draws breath though. 2 quick kills, he's able to make it 3 onto Relax, and as he looks to make it 4, FASHR's there to equalise. Down to 2 on 2. smooya, open hand, one of the last hopes for Movistar Riders. Aggresses forward, catches out FASHR. Kristou, now the superstar, picks up from north into a 1 versus 2. Spots out mopoz. There's the first kill. It's not an equaliser there, but as he jumps up onto this ladder, he'll spot out a few shots. smooya's taking a lot of damage. Down to 35 seconds left as he swings his way forward. smooya low HP. smooya finished off, and my God, Josh, that is a messy kill.
But that we're really used to seeing today. He's
still got a chance for more.
Kristou was looking incredible, and my goodness, no one seemed to be able to match.